Thanks for taking the time to catch up with me this morning. As you know, we're doing a series of interviews with some of our referee supervisors in the coming weeks, just to check in for a couple of reasons. One, so that you can let us know what you've been up to with Outney basketball, and two, so that you can impart some of your words of wisdom on our referees who are eagerly waiting to jump back on court as soon as games are ready to go again. So with that, we might kick it straight off. First of all, can you tell us, what have you been doing with yourself other than making TikToks since we've had no basketball?
Well, apart from TikToks, that takes up a bit of time. So at the moment, mostly just working, going outside for walks, trying to, maintain the fitness without basketball at the moment. Trying to take up new hobbies like reading, things like that. Just really doing whatever we can to, entertain ourselves.
Fantastic. And so I think most people who know you are aware that in 2018 you transferred to Knox from another association. Can you tell us a little bit about why you transferred, what you've learned, and sort of what are the major differences between refereeing somewhere else and doing games at Knox?
So I transferred in 2018 just because I moved playing associations, and it's just easier to sort of referee where I was playing. I think one of the major differences is probably from a culture perspective. Just everyone at Knox is always there, ready to help you improve, always willing to give feedback on and off the court. They're definitely, really there to support you. But also I learned at Knox, there's a whole bunch of things. I can't believe it's already been a year that I've moved. Feels like it's gone so fast, but also feels like, that I've been at Knox for almost my entire journey, just by how inclusive everyone is at Knox.
Fantastic. That's really great to hear. So what are your aspirations as a referee?
Yeah. So at the moment, my aspirations, as I've just received my A grade and also becoming a supervisor at Knox, my next step is to hopefully become on junior panel in a year's time, and then just work out my little goals from there, just continue to improve and see where that sort of takes me. As a supervisor, just continually to give back to the younger referees and help support them in those sessions.
Fantastic. So I understand that before games are interrupted, you did supervise your first ever session. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience and I guess what you learned?
Probably what I learned from that experience was there's a lot of younger referees that were on that session. And every single one of those younger referees on that session actually approached me and asked for some advice, asked for some feedback on calls they made, or their reffing ability on those games. And they all had their each individual goals that they ran me through and where they wanted to go. And it was really great just to see how dedicated and how much those kids actually want to put in and work. And it really makes it easier as a supervisor to give back that feedback, and so they can take it on board and move forward in their journey.
Fantastic. So what is it that you're most looking forward to when games return about being a supervisor?
Probably back to that, education perspective. I think that's definitely a major part of the supervising role. But hopefully getting some more, as I am assistant, getting some more supervising roles underneath my belt, getting on the court a bit more in that supervisor spot, doing some different sessions. Yeah.
Excellent. So can you tell us a little bit about, I guess, your journey? You became a supervisor this year, but tell us a little bit about your refereeing journey and what brought you to this point.
So I think when I started refereeing when I was probably 17, probably a bit of a late one, probably more started refereeing just for that money sort of things, as like a bit of a like a job on the side of things while I'm still at school. It's probably why I started refereeing, but as I started going through the ranks a little bit more, I did have someone sort of mentoring me back at Kilsyth. I think that more just opened my eyes up to the broader side of things of reffing and where it can actually take you and what you can do with it. And then I started enjoying it more. And then obviously moving over across to Knox, that definitely opened everything up a lot more. It's not just a hobby, that you can actually put your best foot forward and actually take you somewhere with refereeing.
Excellent, fantastic. So what do you want to achieve as a referee, and what do you want to achieve as a supervisor?
As a supervisor, I'd hope to achieve in the next few years, whenever it might be, to actually have a rostering session as a supervisor. So hopefully just continue to, to push myself and work my way through that. As a referee, I only have really short-term goals at the moment. I haven't really looked at the broader perspective of things. I'm just continuing to, take every year on as it comes, and just working towards that next goal every year. So at the moment, would be to go for that junior panel in a year's time.
Fantastic. So in finishing, what message would you leave with the broader refereeing community, or what words of wisdom can you pass on that may be able to help somebody or help one of the referees when games return?
Yeah. So I'd say when to the broader community, just continually to push yourself. Keep putting yourself in those positions where you're learning something new and you can get more feedback from referees at a higher level than you, or even your fellow referees that you're reffing with. That every game that you ref, you can definitely take something out of that game, no matter what it is, whether it's a behavioural thing, whether it's a little thing to do with your mechanisms, things like that. Just make sure that you're taking something away from every game that you ref.
Fantastic. Well, thanks very much, Georgia, for taking the time to catch up with me this morning. And like you, I'm eagerly waiting for games to come back, and I can't wait to see you back on the court soon, all right?
Thanks, Stevie. You too.
Okay, see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.